School's out for summer. School's out for.
Thank you for a great year, Aztecs. As we head into summer, it's important to review NCAA rules and their impact on your eligibility. Please remember that all student athletes are subject to NCAA, conference, and institutional rules and regulations all year round. We appreciate your cooperation and look forward to another successful year ahead. Go Aztecs!
Help! I need somebody help! Not just.
The SDSU Athletics Medicine staff, Mountain West Conference, and the N2A can drug test you at any time, including during the summer vacation period. Even if you are off campus or on vacation, you can still be selected for a drug test. If you do not attend the drug test, you automatically fail and are subject to the consequences. The N2A has a separate set of consequences than SDSU. The penalties for positive drug tests are strict and automatic. First offense: a student athlete who tests positive for a banned drug other than a street drug shall be withheld from competition in all sports for 365 days from the drug collection date and shall lose a year of eligibility. A student athlete who tests positive for a street drug shall be withheld from competition for 50% of a season in all sports. Second offense: a student athlete who tests positive a second time for the use of any drug other than a street drug shall lose all remaining regular season and postseason eligibility in all sports. A student athlete who tests positive a second time for a street drug shall be withheld from competition for 365 days from the date of the test and shall lose a year of eligibility. SDSU policies include fines and suspension. Here you can see the penalties based on a positive drug test. Please note, your coaches may have additional team rules that are not shown in this graphic. Please be sure to update the contact information in ACS during the summer so you can be reached if selected for a drug test. Always contact your athletic trainer before taking any substances that can jeopardize your eligibility.
The NCAA allows student athletes to be employed under specific guidelines. You may be paid for duties performed and at the same going rate as other employees in the same position. You may not be paid for your reputation as a student athlete and may not appear in any type of advertisement or promotion for your employer. A common form of employment outside of a standard job is to conduct fees for lessons or private lessons. You may not use SDSU facilities to conduct these lessons and may not use your name, picture, or likeness to promote the lessons. You must be paid by the lessons recipient or his or her family, and the charges must be comparable to the similar lessons. If you are self-employed, be sure not to use your name, picture, or likeness to promote the business or service. Lastly, you may not run your own camp or clinic, but you may be employed at a camp or clinic. You may be paid at the same rate as other similar camp employees and may receive benefits such as meals, which are available to all employees. You may not receive compensation for only demonstrations, lecturing, or appearing at a camp or clinic. Please remember that all employment must be registered in your ACS account.
Hey, yeah, I wanna shoot.
Please notify your coaches in the compliance office prior to participating in any competition outside of your SDSU team. Team sports and individual sports have different rules depending on the time period in which the competition takes place. In the sports of baseball, lacrosse, soccer, softball, and volleyball, there are limits on the amount of SDSU student athletes from one team that may participate on the same outside team. Please register any outside competition in your ACS account.
I swear, I stand, my niece, my witness, the brother had it going.
Participation in community service and volunteer work is permissible. Businesses cannot use your name, image, or likeness. Exceptions include institutional, conference, NCAA, educational, or charitable entities. Student athletes may not miss class and cannot be paid for such participation. Please notify your coaches and the compliance office of any promotional activities for prior approval.
An extra benefit is anything that is not available to the general public or the student body. Accepting an extra benefit is prohibited and can jeopardize your eligibility. Remember that your friends and family are subject to the same rule and may not accept gifts or discounts on your behalf. All the awards and gear that you receive from SDSU, the conference, the NCAA, may not be sold or traded for any items of value. If any of the equipment or gear that is issued by SDSU becomes damaged, those items must be returned to the equipment room and may not be returned or exchanged at any sporting goods stores or Nike online services. Lastly, while you may autograph items for fans, you cannot receive payment or gifts for such an activity.
General summer activity for Olympic sports. It is permissible for you to work with SDSU strength and conditioning coaches at your request. Such activity may not be reported back to your coaches. You may not be penalized or rewarded for such activity. You may voluntarily report your workouts to your coaches, but it may not be required. The only teams that may voluntarily work with their coaches on individual skill instruction are cross country, track and field, golf, swimming and diving, and tennis. The following sports also have the safety exception, allowing coaches to be present at any time: rowing, swimming and diving, water polo, field events, jumping hurdles, and the jumping element of the steeplechase. Hiring outside consultants. You may hire an outside consultant or instructor to work with you over the summer. An SDSU coach may not observe or arrange the workout, and SDSU facilities may not be used. Either you or your legal guardian are responsible for paying all fees related to the activity. You must pay the going rate and may not receive any discount or fee waiver due to your status as a student athlete.
Don't call it a comeback. I've been here for years. I'm rocking my pants.
Football and basketball coaches may hold required workouts during the summer vacation period. Each student athlete may participate in these workouts for a maximum of 8 weeks. They are restricted to 8 hours of weight training, conditioning, and skill instruction per week. Film review is also permissible, but is limited to 2 hours per week. Coaches may be present during all the required workout activities. The 8-week period does not have to take place during consecutive weeks. There is no daily hour limitation within the 8-hour week, and there is no requirement to have a day off. The amount of athletes who may participate in film review at any given time is unlimited. Athletes must remember to meet the academic standards required for participation or be enrolled in summer courses. Voluntary workouts may take place in addition to the mandatory summer workouts, but such activity may not be reported back to your coaches.
Like